Folks, this is your hillbilly historian from East Tennessee, coming to you from the mountains and hills of Appalachia to try to tell you some truth and enlighten you on the history, some historical events, and mankind. Today I want to talk to you about the Women's Holocaust. Yes, Women's Holocaust. Before 1300, women were in charge of taking care of mankind. Women, midwives, delivered babies. Women nursed the sick, the ill, the injured. Women comforted the dying. Women were in charge of health care on this planet, and that was the natural order of things. That was the way God designed it and the way God meant for it to be. Now in 1300, the Vatican saw wealth in the medicine. If they took over medicine, they could rake in a lot of money. They were already telling people lies. They wouldn't let them learn to read, so they couldn't read the Bible. The Bible was written in Latin. So a priest in Germany or France or England would not let the public know what the Bible said. So whatever the priest said is what happened. But the Vatican saw money in medicine if they took over medicine. So they trumped up these charges against women that if they practiced medicine, did any midwifing or nursing or anything along medical lines, they would be accused of witchcraft and would be burned at the stake. Excuse me, getting over a cold. But anyway, the priest started preaching from the pulpit for men to domesticate their wives. Reduce your wife to the level of your livestock, and beat your wife like you would beat a horse or a mule or something that was stubborn and didn't want to do its job. To beat your wife and to subjugate her to domestic duties only and having children only, and that they would not be allowed to practice medicine in any way, form, or fashion. And so women, they started burning women. This was hand in hand with the Inquisition, and they were burning women at the stake. And it kind of got out of control. Between 1300 and 1650, approximately 3 million women were burned at the stake for witchcraft or practicing medicine, whichever way you wanted to put it. But they put a stop to women practicing medicine. Only priests could do that, or assigned people within the church who paid kickbacks to the church, and they began to rake in the money from practicing medicine. And after a century or two, people knew this was wrong. They knew that burning people at the stake was wrong, but this had become so ingrained into the economy they couldn't put a stop to it. And it fit right in with the superstitions of the time. But so many people were making money off of burning people at stake, they couldn't stop it. The woodcutters got paid well. The jailers got paid. The judges got paid. Everybody was making money. It's like public education in America today. We can't change it because so many people are dependent upon the income they receive from public education They can't change public education. It's ingrained into the economy so deep that they can't give it a new route or change it significantly because too many people would lose their jobs. And so, hey, politics is built around income, and but that's one reason this burning women at the stake went on till about 1650, and there was some witchcraft burnings here in the United States. Salem, Massachusetts, I think, had some people put to death uh, for practicing what they call witchcraft. But this women's Holocaust, driving women out of the medical profession, cost the lives of approximately 3 million women between 1300 and 1650. And your historians don't tell you crap about this. You know, it's like, I guess men write the history books. You know, they murdered all these women, and they write the history books, and they want to sweep that under the rug and hide it from how evil organized churches can become if somebody doesn't stress the fact that they need to be ethical and moral in their activities. Things can get out of control. And this definitely got out of control. It went along with the Inquisition, and a lot of women lost their lives because of stupid, greedy men, especially greedy men. And, it was the year 2000. It's interesting that it happened that year, the year 2000, after 350 years of trying to reduce women to nothing but livestock. Female applicants to medical school outnumbered male applicants. So, since 2000, our world, the planets are being realigned. Right is overcoming wrong, and women, whose natural duty it was to care for their fellow man and take care of us, to birth us, nurse us, comfort us, it is finally to where women now have become the majority in the medical profession. It took 350 years after 350 years of women's Holocaust. It took another 350 years to get all this straightened up and balanced out to where now the planets are aligned, right has overcome wrong, and I can go to a really great professional woman who is keeping me alive and keeping my chemistry perfect or lined up the way it ought to be, and life can be better because of women who really, really take their responsibilities serious and do a fantastic job in the field of medicine for mankind. And you can thank the Reformation, the Renaissance, and the Enlightenment for getting rid of ignorant, greedy people like the Vatican was at that time, and getting the world straightened out when it comes to medicine and the care of mankind. And this is your hillbilly historian, trying to enlighten you on how evil man can become sometimes if you let him take control, if you let the evil people. So always, when you go to vote, make sure that you're not voting for Democrats, communists, Marxists, socialists, progressives, and all these people who think they know how we should live our lives, But hey, people like that are the ones that gave us the Holocaust, and people like that are the ones that gave us the Jewish Holocaust in Europe in the 1930s and 40s. And we can't let these evil people like this, these Marxist, socialist, fascists, who take over politics and take over our countries. Socialism led to 250 million deaths in the 20th century alone. So we have to beware of these kind of politics. So, folks, this is your hillbilly historian trying to bring some history and truth to the world. And I'll be signing off.